All right, here just got the lesson. Pecos Hurley of Pecos and the Rooftops. It's gonna screw me up from time to time, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Not to be confused with Picos.
No, because we do have a street here. I was telling him spelled the same in Colorado. But dude, we're huge fans of your music. You guys are blowing up. The crowds look amazing. Your style of music, which for anybody who's listening that maybe hasn't listened to you guys yet or hasn't like dove in fully, how would you describe it? Because for me and Wes and I were talking before, we're like, it's country, but it's rock, but that's what I love about some Texas. Like you guys have that Koe Wetzel, Post Malone vibe a little bit. Like you have some country grungy vibes. But it seems completely organic and natural. But how would you kind of describe maybe the influence or kind of, how you guys got together and started this band?
Man, as far as describing our sound, I don't know. I mean, I know we lead towards country because of maybe my voice or whatever, but I like not being absolutely tied to a genre also, like I like being able to play more up tempo, rocky shit too, and so does the band. Like they all grew up listening to classic rock. I grew up listening to classic rock, but also grew up listening to classic country and shit like that, 90s countries. And so that had a big influence too. But I don't know. I guess we all listen to different kinds of music. And we all enjoy listening to each other's music and shit and about new stuff or whatever. So I think that kind of helps us not just be tied to one genre, is because we like all kinds of shit,
Yeah, for sure.
But as far as us getting together and stuff, we our bass player and our lead guitarist, Kaylin and Zach, they've known each other since they were in middle school. And they were random roommates at Texas Tech with Brandon, our rhythm guitar player. And I've known Brandon since we were 12. And so I ended up moving out to Lubbock in 2017. And me and the guys, I mean, we're always jamming and partying and shit together. So me and Kaylin, our bass player, ended up writing the same song, and I recorded it and put it out. And that's when we decided to make it a thing and start practicing and shit.
You make it sound really fucking easy.
Right?
No, we didn't know what we were doing at all. We were just trying to make it work, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking working.
How did the Rooftops come about? Because that's kind of an obscure, like, are the rest of the boys the Rooftops, or is that just like a band?
Yeah. So I guess they would be the Rooftops, like if you wanted to.
Like the Blowfish.
When we're all living, yeah. Fucking when we all lived in Lubbock together, and we had this 5-bedroom shitty ass rental house, and we always threw parties there and stuff, and we were typically on our roof drinking booze and doing stuff up there. We almost did a music video full band up there. We thought about doing it.
I love how literal that is. Like we like drinking on rooftops. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Put it in the did you move into a new house? Because I think I saw you tweet also that your new house is super haunted.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Because I'm a big believer in that kind of weird stuff at times. So I'm always curious to know what people what they're seeing. But I know you like your weed, and so is it sometimes?
So like I smoke all the time. I just smoked before we started this, but edibles are what make me paranoid. But I didn't even take any edibles that day, and so I moved to Hutto, like north of Austin, from Lubbock, and like 4 days into me staying there, like actual nights of me staying there amongst like a 2-week span, I woke up one morning and there's this like entryway to my attic in one of the closets, like one of the master closets, and it's just a drywall tile like an inch thick, and it was like kicked through the fucking little frame that it sits on. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? That was not like that. And so I tried to push the ceiling tile back up in there and like lay it flat back where it's supposed to be. And I couldn't like get it unwedged. It was like vertically wedged in there, like someone had kicked it through. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave this shit so I don't have drywall all over my floor for now, at least. And the next day I woke up and looked in there, and the attic light was on. And I was like, I don't remember that shit being on yesterday, but it could just be because it was daylight or something.
Oh my god!
So,
dude,
I don't know. I'm gonna get whiskey drunk when I go back home and go up there with a pistol.
I was gonna
See
say.
if somebody's living in my attic. Kind of out in the sticks right now.
Oh no, we had Koe Wetzel on a couple of times. The second time we told a story, he's driving through the middle of nowhere and he's in a van, Oklahoma. There's not a house in sight except there's just corn, and he's got his Brazzers shirt on, and it was like 20 minutes of just like chop chop chop. You couldn't hear anything, but it was like we're like screw it, we'll put it up anyways because it's funny and it's Koe.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you've toured with him, or you did a show with him recently, I believe. We had Colby Cooper on recently. I know you hunted with Colby. Colby said, dude, Colby said the drunkest he's ever gotten, I think like both times, was because of Koe. We've also probably experienced that. We've talked about where that guy is an animal. That's not, you seem like an animal too. You two together, you and Koe, is that just, if you hang on, if you're with us, hang the fuck on. If because we're gonna
It's fun, it's fun, but the next day is always like, God damn, I cannot do that again tonight. Like, and then
you do.
I don't know. I don't think we've ever had 2 nights in a row together. I don't think I could do it. It'd be rough, but it is fun. We do have fun together.
What's your go-to hangover cure these days? Because you're what, 26, 27?
26, yeah.
So you're right at that cusp where it's going to get worse.
It's all going
no,
south.
I'm there. I'm there, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, shit, I started drinking when I was 14.
Yeah, dude. By Sunday for sure, on like 3 or 4 day runs, you're just like, you just want your couch and to sit and do nothing. But my hangover cure, if I got some Adderall, I'll take some Adderall. Or the Gatorade, like they make these hydration drinks. I'm trying to remember what they're called.
Pedialyte?
Well, no, it's the Gatorade version.
Oh, it is the Gatorade one. Oh, yeah, Gatorade's getting into that game. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have like a straight electrolyte drink now, and it's fucking dang. It's really good, and it makes you feel better pretty fast. But the Pedialytes are good, and even like the off-brand ones at the gas station help a lot too. But I don't drink a lot of water, honestly. I'll drink those things, those like hydration drinks, and then I'm good.
Before Whiskey Riff, back when we thought going to Nashville and partying was like fun, just to go to Nashville to do that, we had a phase when we were hungover. If you take like a grape Pedialyte, ice cold, maybe it's even a slushy, and then you pour some like Tito's vodka in there. To me, that was like a great brunch drink. Yeah. Great Pedialyte and Tito's vodka, man. Like, I was like, that will set you straight.
Just stir in the powder into a vodka soda.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've ruined myself. I ruined myself on vodka in high school. I can't drink it anymore.
I barely ever drink it these days anymore. So that was probably what was like 9 years ago we were doing that.
Yeah. The good old days.
My body straight rejects that shit.
You have an ESPN scouting report. You know that it's still up.
Why is that thing still up?
I mean, you run
that was so long ago.
I saw your 40 time.
Yeah, we know your 40 time.
You're in the middle. Hold up. Fuck on, first of all. Okay, so it wasn't coaches doing the 40 times. It was these like laser eyes, and they had them set up weird. So like they didn't start, or they started as soon as you like moved, and it was like, I don't know, it's set up weird where it delayed your shit like half second. Like everyone's shit was long. I think the longest or the shortest 40 time with that was like a 4.5.
You look like a guy that could crack 4. That's my, and you know what I mean? Like
I was running 4 when we timed them like at school and shit. I was running like 4.7, 4.8, but I wasn't super fast. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you're also like 6'5", right? Which I had no idea, but like quarterback. Did you play any college ball?
No, I kind of dicked those off at the end of my senior year because I had moved out and was living on my own and stuff. So I was working over everything, and so I just kind of quit paying attention to that. But I had offers and shit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you had an interesting journey because I didn't even know with the Marines. Like I had no idea like that you went into the military, and like what kind of prompted you to do that? Was it a family thing, or was it kind of a
no?
Hey,
no, my great grandparents, like both my great granddads on each side, were in the Army, but that wasn't really like what influenced me to do it. I was working the day after I graduated high school. I moved to Tyler, Texas, and was working at an oil refinery there. And we were doing a bunch of sketchy work, like welding on propane lines and jet fuel lines and shit like that. And we had this 2-week job welding on a caustic acid unit, and we had to wear like rubber suits head to toe, and it was in the middle of the summer, and so it fucking sucked. And by the end of that 2 weeks, I was like, I quit. I'm not doing this shit. I moved back to Sulphur Springs, and I called Brandon, who's our rhythm player, and he was already planning on joining. And I was like, hey, you still going to the Marines? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, send me that recruiter's number because I think I'm going to go too. I'm just going to go when you go. And so I called the recruiter that afternoon and set up a meeting with him. And we met at the Dairy Queen in Mineola, Texas. And I took my practice ASVAB, and he told me what jobs I could probably get. And I swore in not too long later.
I thought you were going to say you swore in at the Dairy Queen. I was like, they'll just get you anywhere.
No, I had to go to Dallas to do that, but that would have been fucking hilarious. I would have sworn at the Dairy Queen.
I fucking worked there in high school. I worked at Dairy Queen. Yeah, man. It's like it's such a funny, like that whole Dairy Queen small town thing is so true. It's just like my town wasn't that small, but it was from and oh yeah, I mean it was a good time and underrated, I think, for food, honestly.
Yeah, nobody really talks about it that much.
No. I mean,
unless you are in a small town. Then that's like the shit.
Those old guys that come in, they go get their medium Coke and then they get their vanilla dipped ice cream cone. I'm like, these guys are just living like every day they just go get their thing and they just go move on. And they
the first thing they think about when they wake up.
I was just like, man.
It's the highlight of their day. They're like, I'm going to Dairy Queen at about 11:30. I've been up for 9 hours already because I got up at 4.
What did you actually were you deployed or were you
No, I never went on a full deployment, but I went on a few like debts. They're like 3, they're usually like 2 to 4 months. They're shorter than deployments, but I went on a few of those. And that was pretty dope. I went to Japan a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Guam. I've been to Hawaii like 7 times. I love that place. We're actually taking me and Colby are taking our bands and managers out there in like a month.
That's awesome.
For about a week. It's going to be fucking crazy. I can't wait.
Oh man, I can't imagine.
Yeah, man. I love that place. But
you surf when you go there? What are you doing?
No, I don't think my big ass could surf. I've never really tried. I just usually sit there on the beach and get drunk. But I've never spent like a lot of time on this time. The last time I went, it was on one of the smaller islands, so it's not very touristy. So it's either you go hike or you go sit on the beach, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're going to Honolulu, so I'm trying to go hike and buy some weed because Hawaii has the best weed you will ever buy, ever.
I've heard this. I have heard this. So I live in Colorado where the weed's good. You seem to get. You posted a picture recently. You're holding what looks like two movie theater style like popcorn bags. Look at this thing.
Yeah, this is my like little jar that I carry around. But
my little jar that I carry around.
My jar.
Like
I got a piggy bank full of quarters that size. What are you talking about, little jar?
Well, I get like, freaks me out if I get low, you know. I don't know.
No, I know. Yeah, dude.
That sounds so bad.
Not really. I mean, dude, it helps somebody. I've gone through
medicine though, straight up.
I've gone 100%. I've gone through the phase of like trying to like, whether it's teach family or older people I know or whatever, be like, stop taking pain meds, try this. Simple shit, man. It's just like, they're like, oh, like, yeah, well, you're not smoking meth. Like, it's just this weird fucking thing that's still out there, man. But I think we're close to hopefully turning that corner with most places.
The thing is too, like, how many of our parents like smoked it in the 60s and 70s, and then now they're like, oh, I don't know, and I'm like, cut the shit, Dad. I know you used to smoke weed. Like, it's like, oh, I'm a little nervous.
And the shit they had was like garbage a lot of the time. Like, they just didn't, like, they were just like, now it's all these like nerds are like in a lab making it. Like Mike Tyson has like, you take one hit of Mike Tyson's weed, I heard you're just like flying.
It's like getting punched by him.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shit nowadays. My mom came and visited us when I was still in Lubbock back in like 2017. We're in that 5-bedroom still, and that was when I found out that she had even like started fucking with weed again at all. And I hope she doesn't hear this. She's gonna be mad that I'm like selling her out right now, but fucking she came over and I was like, well, now that I know that you smoke, like, you got to hit this bong. And she hit the bong one time and just sat on the fucking back porch, like on the porch, not even in a chair, for like an hour and a half. And then she finally like built the strength up to like raise her arms up and go, Pecos, help me. Like, she wanted me to like help her get up. I was like, oh fuck, you're really high. I didn't realize it.
Dude, no.
Quiet.
She's talking to the ghosts in your attic.
Than it was. That shit, man.
Dude,
I got to see about that attic.
That actually makes your mom seem awesome. Like, that she would just be like, I'll do this.
Pretty cool.
That's kind of my dream, to like give my parents a couple edibles and just see what happens. Like, give them way too much and just let them tweak out. And
dude, I just got this.
I know my dad for sure wouldn't do it.
I just got this expensive vaporizer thing that's like on this, like a fancy bong. It's just all like, and I was like, you know what? Let's try this thing. We got it. I tried it the other night. I was just like, oh my God. I remember I sat on the couch. I usually wait a weekend to get that high if you're going to smoke weed or edibles. And I sat on the couch and I started panicking because I felt the fireball in my chest growing. And that usually means I'm like, oh no, so I started Googling all these weird things. I'm like, oh, all right, I can't afford this, right? I'm like, does a Coors Light, I was looking at my searches. I go, does a Coors Light make you feel less high? Like, I was looking up the weirdest shit because I was like panicking a little bit because I hadn't done it in a while and I knew I had to like get shit done. And it's like, I have a pretty good tolerance now, especially living here. But I wish more people kind of just understood how it like helped the brain too. Do you like to smoke and then write?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I imagine, because for me it's like a creative like insanity. Like, I just go, oh my God, all these ideas for the business and stuff.
Yeah. And different strands will make you like think more or less, you know. So like, if I'm like, I really like gelato a lot. That's like that's probably my favorite strand by far. And
you write this one down.
Like, if I smoke that,
I like it too.
If I smoke that, then that really gets my like brain going. Like, and I don't know. It just depends if I'm riding or not too.
Do you ever
like?
No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, do you ever? Because I noticed this. If we're going through some stressful stuff, you know, business, all that crap, you have shit comes up as with you guys with touring and being artists. And for me, an edible, a lot of times I like snap out of it. I just start talking to myself in my head. I'm like, dude, chill, man. Everything's fine. It's just like immediate it's like a therapist in your own head, and you're just kind of like, oh man, everything's fine, everything's good. And it's like it's so interesting to open that part of your brain a little bit. We had John R. Miller on too, and he was talking about like DMT West, right? Or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was
writing on
DMT.
Bro, fuck that. I could not even imagine like trying to run on DMT.
But it's so fascinating to me. Yeah, I never either.
I've heard a lot about it, and I mean, I've fucked with acid and shrimps before, so I've heard that it's somewhat similar but different in its own way, depending on like how much you do.
You said acid and what?
Shrimps.
What is that?
Mushrooms.
Oh, it sounded like you said shrimps because it cut out. I was like,
I heard.
Dude, you ever heard of the psychedelic shrimps yet?
I heard mushrooms too. For sure. Yeah. I was like, I thought, did he say? I didn't see. I learned something here.
What are these shrimps?
Psychedelic crawdaddies.
Dude, I had a bad batch in college, dude, and I was just like walking around in circles, and my toilet turned black. I didn't know what was going on, and I was just like, this is not what I thought was going to happen. I'm by myself, staring at the toilet, turning colors.
That's not good.
No, it's not fun.
Have you written on psychedelics at all?
I have on acid a little bit, but I haven't written on shrooms. Shrooms usually just makes me like stupid as fuck. Like I'll be in my backyard in my robe, fucking laying in the grass, just looking at the sky, like listening to music or something. And I did that in Lubbock, and I slept outside one night. I like pulled my mattress out there and like comforter, everything, and slept by a fire in my backyard in the middle of Lubbock. And the next day, the trash truck woke me up driving through the alley, and the driver was just looking at me all weird. I was like, fuck, I probably look like Socko. On the grass.
Out here in my backyard, I put up a hammock in between two trees, and I got when I was on an edible, and I just laid in and I stared, and I had my AirPods on, but I put the noise cancellation on. I was like singing, but nobody was, and I was like, the neighbors are like, what the fuck is going on right now? Probably. But to me, I was just like locked in, but just being in a hammock and staring at the trees, it's just so weird how the littlest thing just becomes this like uber like relaxing therapy session. I'm just telling Wes about it all the time. Like, man, I'm telling you, when you get that kid, like you're gonna need some of those moments when the kid goes to sleep and you just go in your place and But you like tequila, it looks like too, right? Because I was gonna ask you, you posted a picture, you got a styrofoam cup on stage. Is tequila usually in that cup? And I saw you pouring it into a guy's or a fan's mouth or something in the front row. Tequila guy.
I love tequila. I really like whiskey a lot too, but I only like to drink whiskey when it's cooler outside, you know, because that shit will be like hot as shit if you drink whiskey in the summer. But tequila is my shit for sure. Year round, you can drink tequila year round, and like I'm in a good mood on it, you know. So
I hear you.
That's my go-to.
What's your go as far as tequila brands? Because we've had the Rock has his tequila. George Strait has an amazing tequila. Then you got George Clooney sold his tequila company for $1 billion. What's your go? You go old school Patron guy, or you 1800, or what are you going for?
Man, I was on Patron for a long time. Like I thought that was top-notch shit, but this is my stuff now. This Pomilagro.
Oh yeah,
in like a blue bottle, but that stuff is really good, smooth, it mixes well. You can do shots of it. It's really smooth, so it's pretty trusty.
Are you more of a shot guy or more of a cocktail guy?
I like mixing my shit with Sprite or Mountain Dew and just going at my own pace, but I will do shots.
Mountain Dew, like a hillbilly margarita?
Yeah. It's either Mountain Dew or Sprite, you know. If I'm tired, I have to put Mountain Dew in there.
That actually sounds pretty damn good. I never had that.
It's really good, man.
My wife was asking me, she's like, I need a new drink. I'm like, soda water, lime, and tequila. Let's just keep it simple. But
yeah, that's Sprite, good too, though.
Sprite idea, yeah.
That's probably healthier.
Is that the technical ranch water?
Yeah, I think
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take it back to This Damn Song. Absolute monster jam right now. few years old, but like absolutely caught fire. I'm stuck in traffic this morning, just blaring it, windows down, sunroof, Chicago, downtown Chicago, just traffic everywhere.
Everybody's
Just loud.
hearing it.
Everyone's hearing it. Everyone's hearing it. But what has it been like for you to just see that song completely explode?
I can't describe it. I don't know, man. I don't know how to put it in the. It's been a huge. There's really no way to explain it. It's almost same dial, and we've just been really taking it a weekend at a time at this point, and just trying to enjoy it while we're in the thick of it. You know, it's been really awesome.
Is it one of those songs where you could just drop the mic live and then just the whole crowd will take it over?
Yeah, we usually play it last in the set, and we kind of expanded out a little bit when we play it live. That way, that last chorus, we just let them sing it, and it's fucking crazy, dude. It's awesome. It's a really cool feeling seeing everybody sing that shit back.
Speaking of people singing stuff back, Wes, maybe we just keep this vague. What's your take on TikTok? Because I know you had some funny tweets about the TikTok world and the covering of songs, and we're paying attention to all that stuff too. And it's
okay. In that tweet, I did not mention TikTok once.
But hold up, we've had a lot of podcasts recently where we're super annoyed with an element of TikTok that you probably are too, where it's like, what did I say, Wes?
Basically,
like hold on, my thing, and then Wes, I was like, when you go on TikTok and you go and get into like the country space, maybe it's like this with other genres. I don't know, hip hop, pop. I don't know, maybe, but it's almost as if there's like this weird population, a massive population of people that got on TikTok and discovered music for the first time. And they're like, oh, what the hell is this? So then they hear a song and be like, release the full version, and it's like, Google it. Yeah. It's a cover from 10 years ago. It's like there's like this weird disconnect on TikTok where people are just like, oh my God, music? What the hell is music? And it's like the whole platform was built on that. But then now you have all these people like covering songs where the people even performing their own songs, Wes was telling me, like, people think they're covering somebody else's song.
Yeah.
It makes my head spin. I don't know, Wes, you want to add something to that? But like, this shit annoys me, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, like, how many people think Morgan Wallen wrote Cover Me Up? Like,
a lot
like
of people do.
Tons. And then there's a million other artists on there that are covering songs, not giving credit. And I imagine that's something that probably frustrates you as well.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm over that at this point. Like, I was never really like super pissed off about that. It was just a principle thing. But I think TikTok can be a really useful platform for people. Yeah. It's probably the most popular social media platform right now, and it's helping a lot of really talented motherfuckers get out there, but it's also like can be very cringy at times, you know. So I'm pretty neutral on it. We have a TikTok. I've made one fucking TikTok because I suck at making them. And I just kind of gave up after the first one. I was like, this shit's hard. I'm going to get somebody to run it, though, I guess.
You're not on there dancing?
Not yet.
I like people that use it just to kind of get their music out there in a normal way and aren't doing all the I don't know. I feel like I'm watching a Russian circus with a bear coming out. You know, I can't wait for the bear to attack the trainer. You know what I mean? Like, so that's like the vibe I feel when I watched a lot of the TikTok cringy videos. I'm like, yeah.
Well, it's a thing for a lot of people who don't have a real fandom or a real angle or even like real songs to kind of game a system and gets a lot of exposure making music. But then, like you said, it's a great platform for artists to just get their music out there. Yeah. So like it doesn't seem like the most viral people necessarily always use it that way. But I understand where like somebody who's like, all right, I'm just going to sing my songs. I'm going to play my songs. And you can get it out to millions and millions of people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even if I was you, nothing else, like you just light up a joint, strum a song for a minute or 30 seconds, and that's it. That's your TikTok. You just do that. You have somebody
I want
filming.
to do some funny shit though.
Yeah, you can do funny stuff, but I'm saying if when it comes to your music, dude, like you just being you is gonna work on there.
Yeah,
it's just totally gonna work on there. So
I got to get better at my TikTok producing though.
I mean, us too. Like we started it up again, but
we got goofy in the beginning with it. We were like having some fun. We were both in the office together, and
it would take us 3 hours. Not dancing, but we would do stuff like, so we would play like pyramid, like the pyramid cans line in Chattahoochee. So we would just do like a cool
stop motion,
a cool visual element of like beer cans going up and down and disappearing, and like it just looked cool, and like that. But you look at it, you're like, oh, that's pretty basic, but it makes sense. It looks cool. It was like 3 hours of us drinking and like
for a 20
my wife's
second
like,
clip.
my wife's like, where the fuck are you guys? We're like making a TikTok, like making a TikTok. And seriously, like
that's a legitimate text I've sent to my wife probably 12 times. I'm TikToking. I'll be home soon.
Yeah, because these people spend like hours like redoing shit and posting stuff, and like I lose patience, man. I don't know, but yeah, well said.
Yeah, a lot of those have to take a lot of time to make, like the time lapse shit and stuff like that.
The like, clothes stuff. Oh, outfit.
Yeah, like all the outfits. Like I wonder how long it takes them to make those.
Right.
And you gotta like be in position, like the perfect position if they're walking through the frames or something.
And I think a lot of people use like video editing programs, and they do it like super high tech, and then they just put the video into TikTok.
Upload it to TikTok. Yeah, that's probably true.
I'm like, oh, there's like some science behind this. It's not just
12-year-olds
dicking around with their phone.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about, you guys are touring obviously a lot in Texas, but now you're I saw some Missouri dates, I think, for somewhere else. Are you guys starting to feel that pull from some of the other states? Because I imagine you guys are going to start pretty damn soon seeing a lot of new places where people want to hear your music, and that's got to be one of the most surreal feelings I can imagine.
It is, especially when you get out of the state. We had a 2-week run with Colby, and I think we did a show or two with Koe on there too. But it was up in Montana and Idaho and Colorado, in that area. And
I miss you guys there.
The people, everyone was singing shit back from this damn song and the EP, and that was really dope to be on the opposite side of the country pretty much, and they know pretty much every song that we have out. So that was really cool.
You guys seem really level-headed, like you and the band, like you're not letting it, you don't know you guys well, but personally, but you don't seem like the type of guys that are going to let fame kind of change who you are and get to your head. And that's a thing that I think you see a lot in Nashville. Not so much with, artists like yourself. Do you pay attention a little bit to kind of in the mainstream world of country music and kind of the way like it's orchestrated and kind of phony at times, or you guys kind of just laser focus on what you guys do and making the fans happy and hitting the road and just like making new fans, or do you kind of keep a tab on kind of what's going on out there?
Yeah, a little bit of both, honestly. Like we kind of mind our own business and just do our own thing and play music, and we were all friends first before we did this shit together. So like that's the main thing that we focus on, is making sure that we all are still homies at the end of it, but we don't ever have any problems because we talk to each other about shit, and we're all grown ass men about things, and that makes it a lot easier. And we know that we can trust each other. We've been friends, so that makes it easier too. But I know it could be really easy to shit like that go to your head or whatever, but I guess it just depends on what kind of person you want to be at the end of the day. I'm not trying to be that guy that let it go to his head.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that just doesn't feel me at all. So fuck that. I'd rather just remain myself and see what happens in the process,
Did things ever get a little bit heated on the bus and somebody has to be like, all right, guys, let's all calm down?
No, not
or in
really.
the van, like whatever
Honestly,
yeah.
no, I don't think that I
That's
can
great.
remember. I mean, we've fought other people after shows and shit. We've been in like 2 or 3 fights now, but we don't ever fight each other. You know?
How does that come about? That's
Yeah, right.
The first one was in Amarillo opening for Colby like a year and a half ago, and these 2 girls were hanging out with the band, and we were like at the back door, and the guys were just standing there, and this drunk couple walked by, and the woman in the couple was like talking shit to the girls that were with the band, and the girls that were with the band said some shit back. And the woman, like, or the husband, fucking grabs this girl that was with us and throws her on the ground. So Zach, our lead guitar player, fucking like fucks this dude up, like whooped the shit out of this dude. There's blood all over the place. And I came out the front door. By the time he got done beating the shit out of this guy, I came out the front door and was like, I don't even know what was going on. And Kobe's manager, Jared, was trying to like hold me back, and I was like, I'm not trying to jump in. I just don't know what the fuck's going on.
I just want to see. I just want to see.
I just want to know what's happening, because Zach's like, get the fuck out of here, like yelled at the guy. And I'm like, Jesus. But the last one was at where were we? It was at a rodeo. I think it was in Coleman. No.
I love that. Where were we? A rodeo.
We were at a rodeo, and it was a couple weeks ago, and the like side stage area, I guess, where we had our van and trailer parks and shit. There was a bunch of people there after the show, and Ryan, our sound guy, he's like the nicest guy in our group. And he was like, "Hey guys, can I get y'all to move back a little bit while we load the trailer?"
Yeah.
And this guy goes, "Are you gonna make us?" Like started clapping in his face and shit. And so Zach hands his shit to our merch guy and starts going over there. And then the merch guy comes up to me and was like, "Zach just handed me his shit." And I think they're about to fight. And I was like, "Hold my shit." And I started handing him my shit. We went over there, and everyone was really drunk. So luckily it was a really stupid occasion. Like, it was really dumb, but I think like 3 people got hit in the whole thing. Stupid. But only one of us got hit. Kaylin, our bass player, took a lick.
When a guy like yourself walking up with the hat and the long hair, 6'5", like you're the last guy. Like most guys would be like, "Let's fucking go, man." You know.
I feel like
you would be surprised. When I was in Lubbock, one of the last times we went out in Lubbock, I had just ordered drinks. Like, I had just walked away from the bar from getting my first drinks. And I walked up to my friend group, and this guy walks up to me that was like 5'9", and he was like, "Hey, you want to fight?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You want to fight?" And I was like, "I would, but I'd be really pissed if I spilled these drinks, fucking busted them on your face right now." But you don't know how many people fucking say some shit. It's
oh my god.
Maybe it's like one of these opposite things where like I'm gonna find the biggest guy in the bar and I'm just gonna go fight him right now.
It could be. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to do my own thing though. I don't bother nobody. That shit's annoying.
What's the a couple more here, if you don't mind. What's the I know obviously COVID happened. A lot of people couldn't tour as much as they wanted to. Everybody. When the tours when you guys got back in your rhythm of touring frequently now, have you had a crazy fan moment on stage? If you had any, I'm imagining your crowds are pretty raucous, pretty fucking rowdy. Or is it business as usual? Fans are just there acting crazy, or have you seen any crazy shit?
Trying to think.
You're getting them involved too. That's why I was asking, because like the tequila, like one guy. Oh wait, I did have this down. The one guy tweeted at you. He's like, "I don't know what that joint was, man." He was like, "You handed some guy a joint." He says, "But this shit got me higher than I've ever been high in my life." And I think you want to quote tweet it or something. So I mean, your fans, if they get in the front row, they got to be prepared, right? It sounds like they got to be ready to accept something.
Yeah, they're in the part for sure.
They're caught in the crossfire.
You're on the front row for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't have any drug tests next Monday. But it's fun. I don't know what the craziest moment on stage has been. I tried to like toss a bottle out in the crowd one time. I think I don't know where the fuck we were, honestly. I'm not gonna remember. But I tried to toss a bottle, like empty tequila bottle out in the crowd. And it came like flying back at our ass and like shattered on one of our cymbal stands. It's like barely missed our drummer, just shattered into fucking a million pieces. And I didn't notice it till like 3 songs later. I was just like, oh shit, there's glass everywhere. But apparently it went right by my head. And then that same weekend, I think, someone threw a full beer can at my face. And I hit it down right before it hit me because it like got into the lights to where I could see it right before it got to me, and I hit it down. And
you guys get mad at that? Because I got a little bit pissy at that guy because it was full. Like if that had hit me in the face. Oh yeah, you need stitches probably if it hits you like in the eyebrow or some shit.
Yeah, like that shit's gonna hurt. So like if you're trying to hurt us, then I'm gonna fucking be pissed off. But if you throw empty beer cans or like throw beer or something, like that shit's fun, that's totally different. But if you're trying to hurt us, it's shitty.
You strike me as a guy who gets a lot of bras thrown on stage. Am I incorrect?
No. But it depends where we're at, If we're in like Lukenbach or like somewhere like that, probably usually you're not gonna see that a lot. But if you're in college towns,
Lubbock, College Station type places.
What are some of the couple of things to end here with music wise? Is there a new album? Is there any news? And then 2, what are some of the places that maybe you haven't been to yet, whether it's a state or a city, some of the places you guys are looking towards potentially touring in the next year or so, or are you guys slowly kind of building that out as far as the states?
Yeah. For music, we're getting ready to get this album out. We've been finishing up. We actually worked on it the day before yesterday, and we have 1 song left to record on it, and then it's just got to get mixed and mastered. But that's been a long process with how busy the touring's been also. Being able to get everyone together and record and shit like that. So I think the next time we do an album, we're just going to take like a month off from touring just to be able to get that shit done. Because, man, we can't wait to get the new stuff out. But we're going to do a full-length album. And, yeah, just 1 song left to do on that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully we'll get it out, around the fall time.
Do you have a title?
But it's called Cabin Fever.
Ooh, Fever. Breaking news. Is this breaking news?
I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is this breaking news?
Have you told anybody else?
Well, it's gonna help the podcast. It's gonna help the podcast.
Not officially, I don't think.
Cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then so you guys just keep touring and then
that's the title of this class on this. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, as far as like getting into the end of the year here, are you guys looking to kind of keep it close? Or are you going to try to come next year, kind of go to some, like Wes is in Chicago, for example. I'm in Colorado. You guys came through here. I'm excited the next time you guys come through here. I'm sure Wes would be excited if you guys come through Chicago. I think you guys would do really well.
Yeah.
You guys just have that energy. I can feel it with you go on Twitter, Instagram. So you guys
even the stuff we've posted on you guys, like the video with Alexis, Texas. Shout out to that. It was pretty awesome. Big fan. Like so much traction though. Like our fans are like, oh, I love that. Retweets, likes, comments, just like off the wall, man. So it's really exciting what's happening for you guys, and
Yeah, props to you
definitely
guys.
love
We're
to see you in
excited.
Chicago.
Yeah, we're excited to keep sharing the shit out of your music and do this
Yeah, I
again.
appreciate you guys.
And then in person, we got to get Wes absolutely annihilated on one of your joints or something here.
I want to go to Pluto.
Yeah, we're going to send Wes to Pluto on a Jeff Bezos spacecraft. We're just
on a
gonna
Jeff
shoot him out
Bezos
of here.
dick
Dude.
rocket.
Yeah, we need that Jeff Bezos link and hook us up. But yeah, I'm down, bro. Hopefully we do make it up to Chicago soon. I haven't looked at the schedule in a couple of days because we've just been kind of dicking off, having time off and stuff. But I'm sure we'll be up there.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Had a lot of laughs, had a blast. You got a, oh man, I'm jealous here. You got a nice little.
Y'all put it in my brain. I had to fucking like, all right, this thing's just staring at me now.
But dude, yeah, awesome. We're gonna share the shit out of your music, like we said. Any of the fans who haven't listened to you, they're gonna start hopefully starting with this podcast and kind of check you guys out. Like I love it. I literally before we went on, I sent it to a buddy of mine back in Chicago hasn't heard of you guys, and he sent me back a text already being like, dude, I love this. So it's always a win when you get one of those texts back. So thanks.
That's lit.
Pecos.
Yeah.
Pecos Hurley.
Oh yeah.
Thanks again, man.
Yep.
We'll see you soon,
dude,
buddy.
thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely, dude.